Hello again, YouTube. Carbelch here. Today we're taking a look at what I mentioned in my last survival video as my favorite fire starter. And a lot of people might think it's comical, but the humble Bic lighter is actually my favorite survival fire starter. And this one in particular is actually a mini Bic. This is the white version. I do like the white ones because if you look closely in the light, it's kind of hard to see here, but you can actually see the fuel level. Let me see if I can take my flashlight here. We might be able to see a little bit better. I hope you can see that there on camera. You can see the fluid moving around. You can actually see the fuel level there on these mini Bics when they're white. So this is one of my favorite fire starters because they're ultra reliable. Take a look at Black Owl Outdoors video. They had one expose the elements for a year and it still worked just fine. I always take the little child safety lock off of them. Probably shouldn't, but they're much easier to light that way. So extremely reliable, fit almost anywhere. I also make these little cases for them so you can put them on a keychain. These are just bicycle inner tube and a simple little grommet, and you can have easy access with this one. See, it stays on pretty tight. And something else we're going to take a look at in this video is if this actually protects it from water, basically. If you stick it in the sheath the other way, you can see this one still has a safety mechanism on it. So. But you can actually just put it inside this. This is a bicycle inner tube, and you have to be a little careful with the button. They seem to act like they're going to try to drain the fuel, but it actually doesn't. What I recommend doing is just pulling a little bit on it, and then you can actually press the button. You can hear the fuel, but then it releases. So we're gonna dunk some lighters in some water here and see. The one thing we're going to add into this video is I've seen a couple people talking about the Bic Clic. This one here is usually how you'll find them with some sort of pattern on them. This is a little piezoelectric igniter. Now, contrary to what I would imagine, most people say that the standard flint-based Bic lighter, when wet, will not start and you have to dry it out, where these little mini Bics, or sorry, the Bic Clics, will actually work even immediately after we dunked in water. So we're going to take a look at that. One thing I thought I'd show you on the Bic Clics that I thought was pretty cool is, as you can see that here, this one's white. Now, the only ones I could find most of the time were like this, where they have a pattern on them. But the cool thing about that is the pattern is actually just a wrap, so you can very simply just find the little seam here. Try to cut my hand while I do this. And you can just peel it off. And it's just a little simple wrapper. Gonna get a little tough to get off. Let's go ahead and slice it one more time here. There we go. You can go ahead and pull the wrapper off, and then you have the same transparent where you can see the fuel level. Now if you look at this guy is a little bit fatter than the mini Bic. They're about the same height, about the same thickness. But one thing I noticed is they probably hold about the same fuel. The Bic Clic may hold a little bit less. You can see the dark spot here. That's actually the piezoelectric sparker inside here. So I hear that these are extremely reliable, so we're going to put this to the test. We're going to dunk both of these in water for a few seconds, pull them out, and see which one lights. So let me clear some stuff out of the way here. As you can see, both these lighters light just fine. First strike, no problem. These are both basically brand new lighters, probably have 5 seconds of flame on each. Just have a little container full of water clear so you can see it sink down inside. And what I'm going to do is just toss these in here. And we're going to let them set for about 5, maybe 10 seconds. We'll go 10 seconds here. And then we're going to pull them out and see if they light. Alright, let's go ahead and start with the traditional mini Bic. Splash the water off of it. Yep, and as you can see, no spark. We're going to have to dry this one out. Let's grab the Bic Clic, stab it in there about 20 seconds, shake some of the water off of it. You can see the spark in there. Maybe it's just cold from the water. I can see the sparker working. We're not getting any flame. Let's see if I can blow some water out of it here. It's a little odd that you would see the flame, or see, oh, got a little puff of flame there. Seems a little odd to me that you can see the sparker working inside there, but we're not getting a flame. There it goes. So that was a pretty quick recovery. Let's go ahead and try this one again. Nothing there. Let's try to blow some water out of it. Starting to get a little bit of spark. And I'm just blowing into the lighter. Sorry if that's really loud. A little bit of spark, no flame. Let me just try to dry it off of my shirt here a little bit. Put a little more air into it. Wow, that's going to take a little bit to dry out. So, see, we're starting to get spark again. Just barely any spark, but we're not getting any ignition. I can hear the fuel bubbling out of it, but it doesn't seem like it's got a very strong fuel. Let me see if I can kind of warm it up and blow some more air into it. And I'm just blowing straight down on the top of the lighter. Still nothing. Let's try the Bic Clic, see if it's still working. There it goes. Takes a little bit more, definitely not as reliable, but that one is working right out of the water. And the regular mini Bic is not. So as you saw in my fire starter test, one of the things that I was testing was a small strike of spark like this, if it would light any of the commercial fire starters. And you can see, oh, there we go. So that didn't take too long to dry out. A little bit of, I think a lot of it was the water's pretty cold and the butane cooled down, and then also it was pretty wet. Now it's dried out. See if we can get another one out of it here. They're definitely not as reliable after the dunk. There we go. So both those are working again. So that does tell me that the Bic Clic is a little bit more reliable out of the gate, but it's still not perfectly reliable out of the water, but it does seem to hold up a little bit better. But I think that what this video goes to show is that even if these do get damp, you can dry them out pretty easily and they'll still work. One other quick thing I thought we'd test here is my little inner tube kit. This is not by any means completely waterproof. You can probably see that it's folded over and grommeted, so it's not watertight, but it's definitely water resistant. So what I thought we'd do is maybe toss this lighter in its little sheath and see if that protects it. So you can see there it lights. We're going to go ahead and slide it back up in the sheath. Make sure the button's not depressed. See, it's in there. Let's go ahead and drop this in there for, let's just go ahead and say 15 seconds. And we'll see if that rubber sheath is enough to keep it dry for 15 seconds. About 10 seconds in now. Alright, 15 seconds. Let's pull it out of there. I'm going to shake the water off just so it doesn't get into it. A little hard to pull out now because the lighter's slick. And you can see there that the top of the lighter is still nice and dry, and it lights up instantly. So this may be a nice solution. I think it's kind of a multi-purpose solution. It allows you to not only connect or give you a good way to carry your mini Bic lighter or even a regular Bic lighter by being able to tie it to a keychain or a pack or anything like that. You can dummy cord it or just put it on your keys. But it also gives a little bit of water resistance. Again, certainly not waterproof, but definitely water resistant. So if you guys are interested, I'll go ahead and make a video and show you how to make these. These are actually really simple. All you need is a cheap little grommet kit and a bicycle inner tube, and they take all of about a minute to make. So that may be a video I'll just go ahead and make. But you can also use them like this if you don't want the lighter to be as inaccessible. Let's say you're a smoker and you want easy access, but you keep losing your lighter. You can also put it on there that way. They're still nice and easy to remove, but they don't fall out on their own. The rubber's got a pretty good grip on there, so they're certainly not going to fall out. So this gives you easy access. This gives you some water resistance, and we also learned that that's reliable again. But we also learned a little less reliable, but it's still working. That the Bic Clic will dry out faster and almost instantaneously out of water. So thanks, guys. Please leave a like if you liked. I'd certainly appreciate it if you'd share and subscribe for more videos. Once again, this is Car Belcher. Thank you for watching.